Well, certainly there are a number of occupations that I see more frequently than others. So, for example, I represent quite a few foreign teachers and often represent the school districts for which they are working because it is the employer that files a petition on behalf of the individual. I also work with a number of folks in the IT industry, quite common, especially I would say from India. India and China, nationals from those countries tend to use up the higher proportion of these visas, whether they're temporary non-immigrant visas, H-1Bs, or even green cards, permanent residents. So certainly ITs. I also work with a large number of physicians who are finishing their graduate medical education and training in the United States in what's called J-1 exchange visitor status, sponsored by the ECFMG. I work with a number of those physicians seeking employment. And I also have the privilege of working quite a bit with nurses and allied healthcare personnel. In fact, I'm often up in Canada assisting employers who are interested in recruiting Canadian healthcare personnel. Interestingly enough, Canadians qualify for TN working visas, for which there is no quota like the H-1Bs. And that's due to the NAFTA treaty that the United States has with Canada and also Mexico. And as I mentioned, there are no quotas applicable to the TNs, although the TN categories are more limited than the H-1Bs. But for example, nurses, Canadian nurses qualify for TN working visas, and in the IT industry there are also TN visas available for IT workers, just as an example. The one good thing about the TNs is that they can be obtained in 3-year increments, but there is no time limit on the maximum length of time that they can retain that TN status. An employer can continue to sponsor that individual indefinitely as long as that job is available. And also the process is easier because individuals applying for TNs can do so directly at the airport or port of entry without the necessity of an employer first filing a petition with the Immigration Service.